I guess I'd start by letting you know what CPP is not. CPP is not a bailout. Despite all the press it has received, banks that are part of the CPP and who elected to have the U.S. Treasury invest in them have to be well capitalized, they have to be well managed, and they have to have the full support of their regulatory authorities. As part of that, when I describe a bank that was well managed, was well capitalized, and had the regulatory authority approvals, a healthy bank is a bank who, as determined by the regulatory authorities, does not have a problematic balance sheet, has a history of earnings that are consistent with expectations in the market, and therefore, aren't a bank that is holding significant toxic assets. And as you probably know, there are many other programs under that troubled asset relief program umbrella that Congress passed that deal with those kinds of situations. But what we did here at Centrix Bank under the CPP was very much in support of the capital purchase program. In this program, under the total $700 billion number that got approved under the Economic Stabilization Emergency Act, $250 billion of that was targeted toward this capital purchase program component. And of that $250 billion, although Centrix qualified for more, our board of directors decided that the right number for us to accept as an investment was $7.5 million. And we made that determination based upon looking at our business plans and how we could prudently employ that into the markets that we serve to benefit the communities, the customers, and our shareholders. Following the investment, we now have an obligation to live up to the terms and conditions. One of the primary terms and conditions is the dividend that we need to pay the government in exchange for their investment in our preferred stock. That rate is initially 5% on Series A and 9% on Series B. We are going to be paying that on a quarterly basis, and it will impact the net income available to our common shareholders. However, as part of our consideration and due diligence, we put together a strategy that would leverage that money and enable us to create an earnings-neutral position to our shareholders, while still accomplishing the objectives of employing the money out into the communities to foster economic development to small to medium-sized businesses and consumers. This investment will be totally transparent to the communities we serve and to our current customers and future customers. The incremental capital that this has provided will enable us to do significantly more than we otherwise would have, and again, do it in a very transparent way. We will be able to continue to serve you, our customer, in the same efficient, responsive, and professional way that we have during our first 10 years of business. This incremental capital will be very beneficial not only to the bank, but more importantly to the customers and communities we serve, because it will allow us to continue the flow of credit availability and actually expand the rate of growth that we otherwise would have been able to accomplish. And on a statewide basis, multiplied across other banks that are participating in this program, it's going to be very beneficial. I appreciate the opportunity to have talked to you about the capital purchase program. We're very confident at Centrix Bank that it's a right thing for us at the right time, and there's been a lot of confusion about this in the general marketplace. If you have any questions whatsoever, I'm more than happy to be responsive. Please contact me by email at jreilly@centrixbank.com. Thank you.